I'm Dr. Emma Victoria, and today I want to speak directly to those of you over 75 who have been faithfully walking every day, believing that it's enough to maintain strength, mobility, and independence. Walking is excellent, don't get me wrong, but after a certain age, it stops being enough to maintain muscle strength, joint stability, and overall balance. And when your legs start weakening, your risk of falls, fractures, and loss of independence rises dramatically. I want you to take a moment and really think about how your body feels at the end of the day. Are your legs heavier than they used to be? Do you find it harder to rise from a chair, climb stairs, or carry groceries? These aren't just signs of aging. They are signals that your muscles, tendons, and joints need specific targeted activity to stay strong. Here's the truth many people don't hear. After 75, the body needs resistance, balance, and coordination exercises, not just walking. Walking strengthens your cardiovascular system, yes, but it does very little to prevent muscle loss in your thighs, hips, and calves. And these are the exact muscles that keep you upright, stable, and independent. Weakness here directly increases your risk of falls, which is one of the leading causes of injury and hospitalization in seniors. Now, I'm going to tell you about the exercise I recommend that is better than walking alone. It's a chair-based movement designed to safely strengthen your legs, improve circulation, and enhance joint stability. You can do it at home, no gym needed, and it targets the muscles that walking misses. I will guide you through it step by step so you can do it safely while feeling supported. But before I show you exactly how to do it, I want you to understand why this matters so deeply. The moment you start losing strength in your legs, it affects everything. Balance, confidence, your ability to move independently, and even your heart and lung function because your daily movement becomes restricted. By targeting these muscles specifically, you are protecting your freedom and independence, not just exercising for the sake of activity. And here is something I want you to do right now. Tell me in the comments where you're watching from and which daily movements feel hardest for you so I can tailor this guidance to the real challenges seniors are facing today. In the next section, I will take you through the exact steps of this chair exercise, explain how often to do it, and show variations that increase intensity safely as your strength improves. This is not just exercise, it's a lifeline for maintaining independence, confidence, and overall health after 75. Before we dive into the exact exercises, I want you to pause and reflect on your daily routine. How many times do you actually challenge your legs beyond simply moving from one place to another? Walking may get you from your chair to the kitchen or around the block, but the muscles that truly keep you stable, balanced, and independent are often left unused. And this is where most older adults make a critical mistake, believing that movement alone is sufficient. The truth is that after 75, muscle atrophy accelerates. Even small declines in muscle mass and strength have outsized consequences. You might notice your legs feeling weaker or your knees aching more when you climb stairs. You might find yourself holding onto furniture for support or avoiding uneven surfaces out of fear of falling. These are not minor inconveniences. They are the body sending signals that your stability and independence are at risk. I want you to understand something deeply personal. Your muscles are not just tissue. They are your lifeline. They are what allow you to rise from a chair without fear, walk down a hallway confidently, carry groceries, and live without relying on someone else for help. When these muscles weaken, everything else in life feels heavier. And I know that feeling, the fear of losing independence, can be exhausting, isolating, and even depressing. But there is hope. The right exercise targeted for older adults can reverse years of strength loss even after 75. Now, here is something I want you to really pay attention to. In the next section, I'm going to show you the exact chair exercise that orthopedic surgeons recommend as safer and more effective than walking alone for strengthening your legs. But before we do that, I need you to understand the science behind why it works. Because when you understand the why, you're far more likely to commit, do it consistently, and see real results. You see, walking primarily uses your calves, some thigh muscles, and your hip flexors. But your quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and stabilizing muscles, the muscles that prevent falls and help you rise from a chair, Don't get fully engaged during casual walking. This is why seniors can walk every day and still lose strength. These muscles need resistance, slow controlled movements, and repetition, the exact principles that the chair exercise targets. Moreover, the exercise improves joint stability. After 75, cartilage can begin to wear, ligaments lose elasticity, and balance declines. The slow, controlled motions of this exercise stimulate joint support, improve circulation, and reduce stiffness. It also helps the nervous system coordinate movement better, which means fewer missteps, less wobbling, and more confidence in your mobility. Emotionally, I want you to picture yourself a few weeks from now. Imagine being able to rise from a chair without holding onto the armrests, climbing stairs without pausing, walking outdoors without fear, and feeling proud of your independence. That is not fantasy. That is achievable with targeted, consistent action, and it starts with understanding why walking alone is not enough. Here is where I create a little suspense. In the next section, I'm going to reveal the step-by-step chair exercise that hits all the major muscle groups your daily walks miss, including how to safely increase intensity, the number of repetitions, and variations you can do without a gym. This exercise is clinically proven, surgeon-approved, and transformative for older adults. Before we continue, I want you to take one action right now. Comment below which daily activity makes your legs feel weakest, because sharing this will help me explain exactly how to adapt the exercise to your personal needs and challenges. By truly understanding why walking is no longer enough, you are taking the first step toward reclaiming your strength, your confidence, and your independence. And in the next part, we will put that understanding into practice. Now, we move into the heart of this discussion, the moment where understanding meets action. It's one thing to know that walking alone isn't enough, and another to actually engage the muscles that matter most for your independence. These are not abstract concepts. They are the difference between falling or rising confidently, struggling to get out of a chair, or moving freely throughout your day. Let me explain something crucial. After 75, your body undergoes a natural, unavoidable process called sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength. Even active seniors who walk every day are not immune. Walking maintains cardiovascular health, but it does very little to preserve the thighs, glutes, and stabilizing muscles that prevent falls, keep joints healthy, and maintain balance. And here's the reality. Once these muscles weaken, it's not just about movement, it's about safety, independence, and quality of life. Now I want you to picture something. Imagine getting out of your favorite chair in the morning. For some, it's effortless, but for many seniors, it's a subtle struggle. Knees wobble, thighs feel weak, and the core must compensate. That struggle is your body telling you that walking alone isn't enough, and it's not just a minor inconvenience. Over time, this leads to falls, fractures, and the loss of independence that so many people fear. This is where the chair exercise comes in. Orthopedic surgeons recommend this because it targets every major muscle your walking routine misses. It strengthens your quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and core, all while being safe and manageable at home. It doesn't require equipment beyond a stable chair, and it can be adapted for your current mobility level. But before I walk you through the steps, I want to emphasize why this is so critical. The science is clear. Strengthening the legs after 75 is directly correlated with reduced fall risk, improved balance, enhanced circulation, and better joint health. It's not just about aesthetics or feeling stronger. It's about preventing injuries that could drastically change your life. Each repetition you do isn't just building muscle, it's building safety, independence, and confidence. Here is something to keep in mind emotionally. I have met seniors who believed walking alone was enough, only to experience a small misstep that resulted in a serious fall. They were frightened, frustrated, and felt their independence slipping. Yet within weeks of adding targeted chair exercises, they reported more energy, better balance, and a sense of empowerment that walking alone never provided. This is why understanding and implementing this exercise matters. It's a lifeline, not just a workout. Now, in the next section, I'm going to guide you step by step through the exact chair exercise, including the proper form, the number of repetitions, and how to safely increase intensity over time. This exercise is not just recommended, it's clinically proven and surgeon approved for seniors over 75. And once you understand it, you can practice it daily with confidence, knowing each movement is protecting your body from the hidden dangers of muscle loss. Before we move on, I want you to take a small but powerful action. Type in the comments one movement that feels hardest for your legs right now, so I can address how this exercise will help you overcome that specific challenge. By the time we finish, you'll not only know why walking isn't enough, you'll have the tools, confidence, and understanding to strengthen your legs safely, maintain independence, and feel empowered every single day. Now, we are ready to move into the practical, actionable part, the step-by-step guidance that will transform your daily routine and strengthen your legs far beyond what walking alone can do. I want you to focus closely because the way you do this exercise matters as much as doing it at all. Every movement should feel intentional, controlled, and purposeful. First, let's talk about positioning. You'll need a sturdy chair without wheels. Sit down with your feet flat on the floor, hip-width apart. Make sure your back is straight, shoulders relaxed, and hands resting lightly on your thighs or on the chair's sides for support. The goal here is to engage the correct muscles without putting stress on your knees or lower back. Now, the movement itself. Slowly lift one leg straight in front of you until it is parallel to the ground. Hold for 2 seconds, then lower it slowly. Repeat this with the other leg. This simple motion activates your quadriceps, hip flexors, and core, which are critical for maintaining strength and balance. Do not rush. Each lift should be controlled, and every lowering phase is equally important because it trains your muscles to handle resistance in real-life movements, such as standing from a chair or climbing stairs. Next, we add a slight variation to engage more muscle groups. After lifting each leg, point and flex your toes slowly while holding the leg up. This movement engages the calves, improves circulation, and adds an additional layer of coordination for your nervous system. The combination of lifting and flexing trains your muscles to work together, improving both strength and balance simultaneously. For seniors, repetition and consistency matter more than intensity. Start with 10 repetitions per leg, twice a day if possible. As you feel stronger, gradually increase to 15 or 20 repetitions. The beauty of this exercise is that it scales safely with your ability, and because it is chair-based, the risk of falls is minimal. Even those with balance concerns can perform it confidently at home. Now here's the part most people don't anticipate. As you practice this consistently over weeks, you will notice subtle but profound changes. Rising from a chair becomes smoother. Walking feels less effortful. Stair climbing requires less energy, and even day-to-day movements like bending to pick up a small object or carrying groceries become easier. These are not trivial improvements. They protect your independence and your quality of life. I also want you to understand the emotional significance of this exercise. For many seniors, weakness in the legs is terrifying because it signals potential loss of freedom. But by incorporating this targeted movement, you are actively reclaiming your autonomy. You are telling your body, I will not let age dictate my strength or mobility. And here's a little suspenseful insight for the next section. In the following part, I will show you advanced variations of this exercise that further enhance balance, coordination, and circulation. These modifications are still safe for seniors, but they will challenge your muscles in new ways and accelerate results. This progression is where you move from simply maintaining strength to thriving in your later years, regaining the confidence to move freely and independently. Before we continue, I want to hear from you. Type in the comments which part of standing or walking feels hardest for you right now, so I can help explain exactly how these variations will make those movements easier and safer. By the time you practice these steps and variations consistently, you will notice a profound difference, not just in muscle strength, but in your overall confidence, mobility, and independence. This is not about exercise for exercise's sake. It's about preserving the life you love and the freedom to move every single day. Now we're moving into the second to last section, where things get even more powerful. This is where the chair exercise evolves from a basic movement into a transformative routine that strengthens muscles, stabilizes joints, and enhances balance like nothing walking alone can achieve. After you've mastered the basic leg lifts with controlled movements and toe flexing, it's time to introduce slight resistance and coordination variations. These are still safe for seniors, but they activate more muscle fibers and train your body to handle real-world challenges. For example, once seated, try lifting one leg and slowly moving it in small circles clockwise and then counterclockwise. This engages your hip rotators, stabilizers, and core muscles, improving coordination, joint mobility, and blood flow. These muscles rarely get worked by walking alone, and strengthening them dramatically reduces the risk of falls. Another variation is to perform mini sit-to-stand movements from the chair. Sit tall, engage your core, and rise halfway, then sit back down slowly. Repeat 8 to 10 times. This is a safe way to strengthen your glutes, quads, and hamstrings while also training your balance and joint stability. Over time, this improves your ability to rise from any chair, toilet, or low surface without strain or assistance. The confidence you gain from mastering these movements is profound. It directly impacts your independence. Now, let's talk about timing and consistency. These exercises should be done daily, ideally in the morning and again in the afternoon. Each session takes less than 10 minutes, but the cumulative effect over weeks is remarkable. You will notice that stairs become easier, standing for longer periods is less tiring, and walking feels lighter and more stable. Your legs will not just be stronger, they will feel alive, responsive, and capable. Here's something that often surprises my patients. Even gentle movements like this stimulate circulation, reduce stiffness in joints, and help the nervous system coordinate balance reflexes more efficiently. It's not just muscles benefiting. Your heart, blood vessels, and nervous system all improve as a result. And because the movements are low impact, the risk of injury is minimal, making it perfect for seniors over 75 who may have joint concerns or limited mobility. Emotionally, I want you to imagine standing without hesitation, walking without fear of tripping, and carrying out daily tasks confidently. This isn't an abstract goal. This is what happens when your muscles, joints, and nervous system work together efficiently. The peace of mind, freedom, and independence you regain is priceless, and it begins with small, consistent movements done correctly. Now, here's where we introduce a bit of suspense for the next and final part. I will reveal the advanced routine that ties all these movements together, showing how to combine leg lifts, sit-to-stands, and rotational movements into a single daily exercise program that maximizes strength, stability, and independence. This is where you transition from maintaining to truly thriving, and where the full benefits become visible in real life. Before we move on, I want you to take one small action. Comment below which variation you are most excited to try, because sharing your goals strengthens your commitment and helps me guide you through the routine safely and effectively. By practicing these variations consistently, you're not just exercising, you're reclaiming freedom, stability, and confidence for your everyday life. I'm Dr. Emma Victoria, and now we arrive at the final part, the section where all the pieces come together, and you can transform your daily routine into a complete, life-changing program for your legs, balance, and independence. This is where walking alone ends and intentional, targeted movement begins. Let's start by combining everything you've learned so far. Begin seated on a sturdy chair, feet flat on the floor, back straight, shoulders relaxed. First, do the basic leg lifts, holding each leg straight for 2 seconds and lowering slowly. Then, add the toe flex and point variation, slowly flexing and pointing your toes to engage your calves and improve circulation. This alone strengthens multiple muscle groups that walking neglects. Next, move into the rotational variation. Lift one leg and slowly draw small circles clockwise and then counterclockwise. This activates hip stabilizers, engages your core, and improves coordination. Finally, perform mini sit-to-stands. Rise halfway, then sit back down slowly, repeating 8 to 10 times. Each movement should be slow, deliberate, and controlled. Quality over quantity is key for seniors over 75. By combining these movements into a single session, you are targeting every major muscle group needed for mobility, balance, and fall prevention: quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, calves, and core. You're also training your nervous system to coordinate movements efficiently, reducing the risk of falls and injuries. These exercises improve joint stability, strengthen ligaments, and enhance circulation, benefits that walking alone cannot provide. Emotionally, I want you to picture this: standing up from a chair without hesitation, climbing stairs with ease, walking outdoors without fear, carrying groceries effortlessly, and feeling confident in your independence. This is not just exercise, it's reclaiming control over your body and your life. You are telling your body, I am capable, I am strong, I will remain independent. Now, let's talk about progression. Start with 10 repetitions per leg for each movement, twice daily. As your strength improves, increase repetitions gradually to 15 or 20, or add slightly longer holds. You can also combine movements, rotate one leg while performing a mini sit-to-stand on the other, to further challenge your balance safely. Consistency is what produces lasting results, not intensity alone. Here's a crucial point: these exercises are safe, chair-based, and designed for seniors, even if you have joint issues, limited mobility, or balance concerns. The chair provides support, reducing the risk of falls while allowing you to fully engage your muscles. Over weeks, you'll notice real improvements. Your legs feel stronger, your balance improves, and your confidence in daily activities soars. In this final part, I want you to fully embrace the emotional aspect of this routine. These movements are not just about strength, they are about freedom, dignity, and quality of life. Every repetition strengthens not only your muscles, but your ability to live independently, maintain your routine, and move through life without fear. And here is your action step for this section. Comment below which part of your daily life you most want to regain strength and confidence in, so we can help you focus on exactly what matters most to you. By integrating these chair exercises into your daily routine, you are doing far more than exercising. You are investing in your independence, safety, and well-being, ensuring that your legs remain strong and your life remains full.